Have you ever seen a teacher get fired on the spot? I was in science class when I grabbed what I thought was my granola bar from my bag. One bite, and I knew something was wrong. The taste? Peanut butter. My friend's protein bar must have gotten mixed up with mine when we studied together. I needed the emergency EpiPen. I gasped, already feeling my throat tighten. I had just eaten peanuts. The substitute teacher looked up from her desk where she was eating from her own bag of peanuts. Don't be dramatic. Allergies are all in your head. No, you don't understand. My tongue was already swelling. I had left my EpiPen at home thinking I'd be fine since every classroom had emergency ones. Please, the med cabinet. Sit down. She stood up and walked to the cabinet, but instead of opening it, she leaned against it. You know what my parents did when I claimed I was allergic to cats? They locked me in a room with 3 of them. By morning, I was fine. The cabinet. She's not faking. She needs help now. The sub blocked her. The only thing killing her is her own mind. Then she did something I'll never forget. She walked to the door, turned the deadbolt, and pocketed the key. No one leaves until she admits she's faking it. This victim mentality is destroying your generation. Call 911. Someone yelled, reaching for their phone. Phone's in the box. Now the sub grabbed the collection box. Or you're all suspended. My throat felt like someone was tightening a belt around it. 6 minutes. That's all I had before the swelling became irreversible. The number my doctor made me memorize. That's when my ex, Daniel, decided to chime in. She pulled the same drama last year. The sub smiled at him. See? Even he knows you're faking. She walked back to my desk with her bag of peanuts. My parents proved allergies are psychological. When I was 5, she grabbed a handful and slowly, deliberately crushed them over my desk. Exposure therapy. This is for your own good. The dust fell everywhere. Blood started dripping from my nose. My lips were swelling. Katie screamed, "Look at her!" The sub shoved Katie back down. Psychosomatic reaction. She believes she's dying, so her body mimics it. That's when Tommy touched his neck, and I guess he was allergic too, because his eyes started swelling shut. I can't see! I can't see! Everyone lost it. Kids were dumping entire backpacks on the floor, throwing contents everywhere. Does anyone have an EpiPen? Sarah was sobbing, using her shirt to wipe blood from my nose. Please don't die. Please don't die. Jack ran to the door and started pulling on it. Open this right now, please! The sub laughed. Sit down or you're expelled. Jack kept yanking on the door handle, the whole frame rattling. Help! Somebody! Other kids joined him, pounding on the door with their fists, shouting through the window. Mr. Peterson from next door looked in. The sub stepped in front of the window, blocking his view, and gave a thumbs up before closing the blind. He walked away. This is kidnapping! Katie screamed. 3 minutes left. Blood dripped from my nose onto my desk. Tommy was clawing at his throat. Lisa was in the corner vomiting from pure panic. 2 girls were huddled together crying. Some kids just sat frozen at their desks, unable to move. The sub actually laughed. Oscar-worthy performance, though a bit over the top with the fake blood. My situationship. Jack tried to give me mouth-to-mouth while I was still conscious and choking. My ex Daniel tackled him to the ground. I know her better. Yeah, that's why you called her dramatic. Jack shot back. Look at this. Over the attention seeker. The sub ate another peanut. This is exactly what she wanted. I could feel myself turning blue. Foam bubbled at the corners of my mouth. Katie smashed the med cabinet with a chair. The sub grabbed her wrist. Destruction of property. That's expulsion. She's dying. Mike tackled the sub from behind. You want to go to jail for assault? I'll press charges on all of you. I got out of my chair and couldn't even stand anymore. The fire extinguisher on the wall was my only thought. I literally had to crawl over on all fours just to get there. Look at her performance. The sub cackled, crawling for sympathy. My body didn't feel like it was mine anymore. 1 second I was getting ready to throw the fire extinguisher at the door. The next I was covering my face to stop the glass from getting in my eyes. Crash. The sub spun around. Vandalism. You're going to prison. I reached through, slicing my arm on the wire, fumbling for the deadbolt. Stop her! The sub screamed, but Mike and Katie held her back. I turned the lock. The door flew open. I collapsed in the hallway just as other teachers came running. Call 911. Someone screamed. The sub was still yelling from inside. They're all faking. This is mass hysteria. The paramedics said I was clinically dead. For 3 minutes they worked on me right there in the hallway while more ambulances arrived. Miss Blade was fired and blacklisted from every school in the area. Fast forward 2 weeks later. We were sitting in class when our teacher broke the news. After receiving his diagnosis of permanent partial blindness, Tommy had taken his own life. All thanks to Miss Blade.